and it's much about the soft skills at work, specifically our trainees, and you've got to develop yourself if you'd like to. That's very good. That's really very kind of you, sharing. And the most important thing here is this sitting is so natural, and this idea is very good. I'd like to thank again Mr. Rahman very much, which makes it like be natural, be yourself, share, learn, and not always formally. The best learning happens informally, isn't it? So sometimes that's why America, maybe, if I can say, is one of the most developed countries, maybe. They have a different style, natural way, not always formal. So formal doesn't mean a very good maybe side of you, maybe the very good version of you. So the most important thing here is the result, is the objectives. You focus on your objectives, you achieve them. The result is everything, not the way you do it. So we do not care, we never care about the way you do it. We do not care actually about what you're wearing. So as you can see our contestants, our pictures, some of them are wearing their... So it's much more about feeling free and being natural here. Okay? So please help me welcome our contestants, and also Bulidan is going to be presenting them one by one. So clap your hands for them, please.
Well, good afternoon everyone, the audience and the supporters and everyone that is actually here in the center of Masira. First of all, I want to salute you all and present myself as being the animator of this event. So first of all, I want to thank the audience. First of them are the trainees that are among us here, watching all the participants and also just the watchers, who is going to be really motivating for our participants. And then I'm going to gladly thank all the supporters of this school and our teacher, Abdul also gave us the chance to be in certain experience. And for the third thing, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of the public speaking. The first thing, that it gives us a chance for the participants to be in an experience where they have the freedom to speak about themselves and about the subject that they would like. And for you, the watchers and the supporters, you have the chance to be able to listen and to learn more things and have a natural idea about what public speaking is. So the first ideas our participants are going to talk about is, the first one is how to learn fast, which means how to be a fast learner, how to be able to learn anything faster than anyone else. And the second thing is digital marketing and the mindset development. So when you say marketing, digital marketing, I know that every one of you have already had like some questions about it. They already know it, they studied about it. And for the next thing is the mindset development, which is going to help you in your lives, in your career, and with your future. And for the third thing, which is going to be presented by our friend Jack, it's going to be the computer skills, which is a so important thing to be learned nowadays. For the fourth, it's the importance of communication as a soft skill. Like we all know that the communication is the first thing that we do as humans since we were children. And for the next one, it's going to be the 7 habits of highly effective people. That is going to help you to be more effective at your work, at creating your career, and also at your studies. And for the next one, self-motivation that leads to success. And personally, I think that is a really important subject because it gives us that self-motivation that the world will not give to you. For the last subject, it's going to be the self-development. So if you help me all, I want to present the first participant, which is our friend Yusuf, who is going to talk about how to be a fast learner, how to be able to learn fast any subject that you'd like. Some applause for him, please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in 2020, I was some struggle because I really want to learn this language, what I'm talking right now, fast and as soon as possible. But I began by asking myself intimidating question. How am I gonna learn this language in the short term? Or what is a clever way I have to read my life if I really want to learn this language? But first, I'm gonna be asking a real question, but I really want you to be honest with yourself. You and me, or everyone, one day decided to learn how you can swim. Maybe you can go to Google it. So today, I'm going to share with you 4 steps on and on. You can use it in your life if you really want to learn anything or master anything easy peasy, learn is easy. So the first one is learning. Of course, if you want to learn, you have to learn. The quality of the input is really high. What I mean by input? The most people just focus on input. Go to seminars, watching the videos, listen to podcasts. It's input, and more of input. Many people are in the rush to learn new things, which is good. But the problem is, you also need to reflect. What do you mean by that? I mean by that after you learn, you have to ask yourself, what's the takeaway from this information what I learned? So the last one is to share. After you learn something, try to output it. Try to share it with people. I really want to try to ask you one with the paralyzing question. Have you heard you want to make the thing to stay with you for a long term? And now I have to find out this part that I really want to say thank you so much. There you go.
First of all, I would like to thank you for the speech. It was really impressive. The question here is, how was your experience through all those skills? I mean, how was your experience during all these years learning this skill?
I see a point that, for example, a French native speaker speaks Spanish easily because there are some similar points in both languages. For example, in the syntax, or phonology or morphology between French and Spanish is a little bit similar. So here is the factor. If the syntax, phonology, morphology, and the other parts of the language are similar, the process of learning the language would be so easy. And on the other hand, if the phonology and other stuff is so different, the learning process would take a long time. For example, learning Japanese or Chinese or Russian languages. Yeah. Thank you so much for
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Yusuf.
Please, so now I'm going to present to you then our next speaker and our friend Ahmed, which is going to talk about the digital marketing and the mindset development. Can you please help me out, my friend?
So, you might have heard the word mindset, and you probably keep wondering what's mindset. Well, it's the reason I'm here today is to inform you about how important mindset is. Logically, a mindset is a series of self-perceptions and beliefs that people hold about themselves. It's, for example, believing you are either intelligent or unintelligent. People just cannot stop asking questions like, who made that? What are the ingredients? Like, some people were so impressed, like, this is looking so good, this is tasty. And the girl was very intelligent. Here comes the idea of development. What she did is she created a page on Instagram. She posted every word of her mother. She put all the inquiries, the email, the phone number, the address, everything. And then, just after a while, people could not stop asking, sending messages, and calling to make their orders. I mean, what we should benefit from this example is we should have the ability to change our mindset as to make whatever we do more successful. I know the purpose of us here to get our diploma and get a job, especially at the domain of hospitality. I really appreciate that, it's a good idea. But just don't tell me that you are going to get a job and stick there for the rest of your life. So, I'm not telling you this because you don't need a job. You do need a job actually. You need a job to get there. But what we really need to enter into the entrepreneurship is the most modern way to get a successful life. How is that going to happen? Get a job. From the job, you're going to get experience. From the experience, you get extra money. And try to put all those together and create a small business of you. It doesn't matter the quality, neither the size of your business at the beginning. And honestly, believe me here, successful life is not a comfortable procedure. It's a whole lot of process. It's a whole lot of hard working and motivation constantly. So, to get there, I'm giving you 3 steps. We have learned the hard skills and the soft skills. We have all what we need. We're gonna have to stop here and give them biggest appreciation, the establishments of tourism, the setup, and of course the trainers that they already put a whole lot of efforts and pressure to make this happen. Familiarize yourself with positive people, good quality people are gonna learn from. Last but not least, work your skills patiently and have faith in Allah, and everything is going to be alright. But remember, be committed, do what it takes to have what you want. Thank you all. Thank you for being here.
Okay, I want to talk about computers. You know that in the world who use now, all is changed to the modern world. In the traditional world, in your house, if you need something, you take your computer, you get the data, you give all the things who you need with your computers. You need to use computers. If you don't know use computers and you are the first in reservation, if you don't know use the computer, you cannot do anything. If you take the part of contability, if you don't know use computer, you cannot do anything. Because the computer is one obligation for all. Because the world will change. If you don't know use computer, you cannot do anything. If you take somebody, this is the computer. If you don't use computer, you can create your seat web for anything. If you don't get job, you sit your house, you say, you create one seat. On the seat, you enrich people that if you need to create the seat, I'm here for you. If the person can give you the money, you get your money and you work in your house. If you don't know use computer, you will say, I don't get job, I'm not doing it. So if you take computer, you can do the video, all the things. If you take your computer, you can do it. So the computer is very important for all.
The importance of communication as a soft skill. Communication is fundamental aspect of human interaction, and it is one of the most important skills that you can develop in your personal and professional life. For example, consider the skill of leadership. A leader must be able to communicate their vision, goals, and expectations clearly to the team. They must also be able. He has demonstrated all communication skills in his ability to articulate his ideas, motivate, and inspire others to suit different audiences and situations. There are some strategies that can help you improve your communication skills. Use simple language and avoid jargon and technical terms that others might not understand. Second, listen actively. Listen carefully what others are saying and ask questions to clarify your points and show that you are interested in what they have to say. Thirdly, be adaptable. Adapt your communication style to suit different audiences, and finally, practice. Practice your communication skills and seek feedback from others and use it to improve your communication skills.
Any questions? Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Hamza. I'm going to ask you, okay, if you have the that's good. What about the confidence, like to talk? Because sometimes I want to say things, but the confidence to talk, we don't have it here. What's like your advice for people to how to get the confidence to talk?
Good question.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and for those here of personal and professional growth, and our lovely trainers, of course. It is my homeland pleasure to stand before today and present to you one of the most influent, or discuss one of the most influent and transformative books of our time. The timeless masterpiece of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, by the author Stephen R. Covey. Other actions, like I'm gonna give you a small example to understand this. Like we have 2 students or 2 trainers, and all of them passing the same exam, okay? And all of them fail in the exam. So said that the teacher is not good at teaching, is gonna put the blame about the others, And the second student, he's gonna talk about the real reasons why he failed in this exam. Okay, so these all things that we can't control. Imagine that we have a big circle, okay? And instead of it, there's a small circle. The big circle includes all the things that we can't control. Second habit is like beginning with the end in mind. So this habit is really important. As it asks us, or Stephen Covey mentioned us to put our goals and focus on. Third habit is putting first thing first. Okay, you have in this habit like putting first thing first. The Stephen Covey.
Last but not least, I wanna thank me as Starbucks said. I want to thank you for believing in me, and I want to thank the teacher for believing in us, and I want to thank all the audience. Thank you.
I hope that you are doing great. First of all, I'd like to give a word of thanks to our teacher, our trainer, Mr. Alawi, and I would like to thank the audience and all the candidates as well as the administration staff for this event and giving us this opportunity. I would like to first of all, give a brief definition of this term. So, self-motivation can be defined as the ability to find the drive within oneself to take action and to achieve what you want. At some point in our life, we all face challenges and obstacles that make it so difficult and more complex to stay motivated. We may encounter rejection, we may encounter failure, or even self-doubt that leads us sometimes to question our abilities and to question our worth. However, it is precisely in these moments where self-motivation becomes most important. Self-motivation does not come naturally to every one of us. It requires a lot of things. It requires effort, it requires discipline, and perseverance. However, the good news is that self-motivation is a skill that can be acquired and developed over time. And I'm here today to present and discuss some beneficial steps that help me personally to cultivate this skill. First point I want to discuss is believing in yourself. Trust me, it's all about belief. If you believe in yourself, you are going to achieve what you want. Soon or later, you are going to be there someday.
Work on your listening. The other day, work on your writing, and so on and so forth. If you did this will lead you to the general goal that you have set before, which is learning language. The fourth point I'd like to talk about is to learn from your failures. We are all humans. We all fail. We all face mistakes. We all make errors.
No, you have to stand up. You have to work on yourself. Okay, you have to work on yourself. The third point is that you have to set a clear and achievable goal. And if you set an achievable goal, you have to break it down into smaller segments, into smaller elements. This is very, very interesting. Let me give you an example in this context. For example, as trainees in the field of tourism, learning a language is the key success for every one of us, or for each one of us. So learning a language is a general goal. How could we break it down into smaller segments? Taking action, learning from your failures, and celebrating your successes, you are going to build that skill of self-motivation. And remember that self-motivation, as I said in my speech, comes from inside, comes from within. So it's your responsibility to take it and to work on it. And remember that no one is coming for you. No one is coming for you. Thank you so much for your listening.
About 4 points.
Yes.
The first, we have to believe in ourselves. 2, we have to take action. 3, we have to
Learn from your
learn from your own. And 3, celebrate our success. But the second point is a little bit difficult for me, because you cannot have always the motivation to take action. So I would like to take some
You
conseils.
need more explanation on this point.
Yeah.
Right. I've said in my speech that taking action, I've said fast that motivation comes inside you. Okay? If motivation doesn't come from inside, you will just stay there. So you have to take action by yourself. It is called self-motivation. Okay, and I've said, do not wait for others to come to you.
I think that she mentioned that motivation should come from other people. And of course, if you are going to do something, if you never motivate yourself, you will never get there. And also, getting motivated by others, it also affects your mental attitude. If you get motivated by others, it gives you more pressure to move forward. But if you only motivate yourself.
And we have come up with something unusual, but it's good, it's fair. So we can define really a bit difficult. There's not much difference between you, okay? But there is one of you who has got something extra. So we've come up with another decision. We're not going to be 3. There won't be 3 winners, there will be 4 winners. So there will be the first prize, and the other 3, they are equally good at public speaking. They can address the ideas easily. They just have to work on a little bit more thing. Yes, to be more natural, to be able to to deliver your message easily and comfortably, to make sure you have what we call a rapport. Also in French they say a rapport. You have to build a rapport between you and your audience. So you have to feel your audience, and you have to make sure you're felt. Okay? It's a mutual thing together. So the winner of this edition will be Hamza Lehna.